Good morning, everyone from Zanzibar.
What?
We're in Zanzibar.
We're in Zanzibar right now.
We were not planning to be here. This is a surprise visit, which is why we're making a very spontaneous Zanzibar vlog.
Woo!
As the story goes, we were planning to fly home from Arusha all the way back to the States, and for you, Canada.
Yes.
And our flight got brutally delayed.
Whew, brutally.
Oh man, we were supposed to leave from the Arusha airport. Not only was it delayed, but the plane was relocated to a different airport. We ended up shuttling to Kilimanjaro, which is about an hour and a half outside of Arusha. We were stuck there with no information, not really sure where we were going. And we were like, okay, our layover in Zanzibar is getting tighter and tighter.
Yeah.
We finally leave last night at like 10:30. We get here too late. We miss our connection, and now we're here. So thankfully, the airline put us up in a nice hotel on the water. And we found out that our rebooked itinerary is not until tomorrow night.
Yes.
So we essentially have 48 hours in Zanzibar.
On a full package.
On a full package. So things could be worse. We are... we were very stressed up until this moment.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't vlog until this moment. Because we were like, what's going to happen? Do we get ready for the airport right now or do we not? Anyway, long story short, we're here and we've decided to bring you along for this fun, spontaneous visit.
Whee!
Starting with hotel life. And honestly, I don't know what's coming next, but we have some time to kill. The weather looks decent. Might rain a little bit, might shine a little bit. So pack your sandals, bring your sunscreen, and let's have a time.
We're headed out.
If you guys have not been following along on our adventures, we just finished a month-long trip through East Africa. And I think that East Africa wasn't ready to say goodbye to us because it's keeping us trapped here a little bit longer than expected. And I'm not mad about it. I agree. Before we get started with the fun stuff, just wrapping up some customer service conversations with Qatar Airways. They are doing their best to host us here and get us rebooked. Finally getting the information that we need from them. Just gonna go ahead and tell John we're doing fine.
I'm in my pajamas.
You're in your pajamas. Vacation mode activated.
Vacation.
So obviously we didn't get to pick our hotel. We just got sent somewhere, but we're very happy with it.
We're happy with it.
It's
It's
decent.
free.
Thank you to Qatar Airways for handling this situation as best as you can.
You did a great job.
We don't have anything pressing back home.
No.
So that's why we're really unrushed.
Extended vacation.
If we had obligations to get to right away, I'd be a little more stressed.
Yeah.
But lucky for us, we actually have these days to work with. So anyway, we're at the Golden Palm. It's on the water. It's only about a 20-minute drive from Stonetown. And we've decided that's where we're gonna go explore first. While we have some downtime here at the hotel, I'm actually editing our day one vlog. This footage is from our first vlog in Uganda, and the vlog you're watching right now is the most recent one. But I'm editing this clip, and look at Shelly hold up her fork when the thunder strikes. As a form of self-defense.
It's been like silent, all of a sudden, boom!
How bored were Shelly and I at the airport yesterday? Well, we learned about 100 sign language terms.
Also walked about 10,000 steps worth of steps.
And I time-lapsed us going woo, 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 cue clip. But hey, for real, all jokes aside, we're gonna go have dinner in Stonetown.
Woohoo!
Who knew that today we'd be having dinner in Stonetown? Life is spontaneous and fun.
Life is great.
We have our restaurants picked out. We don't
Yes.
know if it's gonna be fully booked or not. We're just gonna
It'll be a
wing it.
surprise.
Yeah, so we have a
Okay.
taxi. We booked it for $15 US. Let's go have a night.
Okay. Go and pee. He's ready. He's ready. He's ready.
Not bad. We're all spiffed up for dinner. Ooh, so elegant. In a taxi. Should I get this?
Yes, you should. That's for him.
I'll get this, you get that.
Thank you. I'm being spoiled right now. Thank you.
Oh, I get one too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jasmine. We call it kikuba, but it's made for jasmine and rose.
Do we wear this through dinner?
Yes, it's part of love and
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So you can just for the stairs all the way to the top.
Okay. If you are in a random place in the world and you ask Shelly and I to find a cool restaurant, we will find one for you. It's our specialty because we don't just pick anywhere. We pick experiences. So we are in Stonetown now, making our way to the top floor of this restaurant called Emerson Spice. Kind of a hike. Taking off our shoes. This is different.
It's very different.
We were supposed to be on a plane right now. This is much better.
Instead, we get a free vacation.
Oops. This is much better than a plane. A lot of sounds. So Shelly and I have something to announce. We have gotten married.
And you know what? It was just a spur of the moment. We were thinking, we're in Zanzibar.
We love surprises.
We love surprises. Let's have a traditional ceremony in Zanzibar.
We didn't want to stop the momentum of surprises, so we thought we'd keep going.
Just keep going, and it happened. It was
Look what she gave me.
it was a quick and a simple.
It was a fast ceremony
It was a quick ceremony.
with our loved ones.
Right.
Thank you. Fish cakes, baba ganoush, flatbread. Ginger tea with some sweet treats.
How was the dinner, Jeffrey?
Delicious. I feel like we hardly made a dent in it.
I'm like so full. Like I don't know if you can tell. I'm like.
Good morning, world. Hope all of you slept well. It's a whole new day here in Zanzibar, our last day. We fly out this evening at around 11 p.m., so we have the whole day to explore and have fun. We're obviously making this plan on the fly. So today I was like, what should we do, Shelly? We're here. It's a beautiful day. So I gave Gorilla Clock a little ring, and my colleague Paul strung together a very last minute tour for us to explore Stonetown and possibly Prison Island. Two very popular points of interest, full of history, full of culture, that we will get to experience with a guide and driver for the next few hours. With that said, that's what we're preparing for. It's very sunny out. We're putting on our sunblock, making sure we have all of our ducks in a row, and let's go explore more of Zanzibar. Fit check. Shelly got this outfit yesterday in Stonetown before dinner.
$20.
This looks amazing.
Thank you. Thanks, honey.
Strut. Spontaneous trip, spontaneous outfit. We're ready to go. Just following him.
Yeah.
Don't know where we're going. We learned that Zanzibar means black land. That's because this was fully submerged in water at one point, and it's all made up of coral.
Yeah.
So that's
So
interesting.
very
Also, the word
interesting.
Tanzania includes Zania, which is pulled from the word Zanzibar, because Tanzania and Zanzibar, no, Tan and Zania were different.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Something like that.
still learning. We're on Mr. Cheaper. All aboard. We're on Mr. Cheaper. On our way to Prison Island. First stop. Going.
We're headed over there. This is so nice.
It is.
The sea breeze is amazing.
Smelling the ocean.
Centuries eaten by erosion.
Yeah.
That's more now. And that time, that island was not called a prison island. It was called a Canggu Island.
What does that mean?
Canggu is like this. Canggu. Canggu means this is fish, type of fish.
Okay.
This means a snapper.
Snapper.
Snapper or red snapper.
Snapper
So
fish.
the fishermen who used to fish in island that time.
Okay.
So that's why they call this Canggu Island.
Okay. And then it became
changed
Prison
name.
Island, which is a little bit of a darker name.
Prison.
Beautiful.
I would go to prison here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a bad sentence.
My crime. I committed fraud in order to finance more safaris.
Okay.
Which is also vegetarian animals. In that time, so after revolution, everything was under by Zanzibar revolution government. But it was taken by the Indian company from 20 yellow fever pandemic and cholera. That's why they stopped to use this, and then instead of that, they use this for quarantine island.
Oh.
And they use for quarantine.
It's interesting to go on these tours blindly, not knowing a single bit of the
Yeah.
actual history, just showing up and learning from the beginning.
From the people themselves. Yeah, I feel like we're soaking in a lot of information.
But it's exciting because we're
is,
learning so
it
much.
is.
It's time to lock her up. We're going into jail. She's singing one last song before she gets locked up.
Take one step at a time.
Enjoy it while you're free.
But the roof was collapsed.
Okay.
As a collapse.
We are walking through the museum where we just learned a lot. Zanzibar has such a dark history.
Yeah, I feel like not a lot of people realize that because it's just, you think of Zanzibar, you think beautiful beaches.
White sand, vacation spot, which it is. But the history is very dark. It's a dark tourism hotspot.
He's coming from
Oh wow.
sleeping.
It's alive? There's a flying fox in there, which is a really large bat.
This is the low tide now. When the tide is up, the water is about there. And okay.
All the starfish. Diker.
They were eating people. That's why they brought here to protect.
They're a pint-sized antelope. What is up? We're getting all sorts of action here today. He's just sitting right in the middle of the path.
Bless you.
Look at all the baby tortoises. What's funny is these baby tortoises are the size of a regular tortoise. This one's in a mud bath. That looks like a struggle. Imagine having a shell of that size. I never knew that tortoises made a sound like that.
So it was a broken.
We're always up to something, aren't we? Shelly, you blend right in.
I do.
Look at that bun shell. Oh, smiling for the camera? Look at that. Oh, he's still trying to chew that apple. The males have the humped shell, and the females have more of a rounded body. I'm worried that if I curl up anymore, I might get mounted. Okay. This is like an obstacle course.
The difference between female and male, this shell. This.
Point of view, you're a tortoise.
She's still she.
We learned that the average lifespan of an Aldabra tortoise is between 80 to 125 years, but the oldest one on this island is over 2 centuries old. Over 200 years.
He's taken off.
Whoa, don't go past the speed limit. Those tortoises brought me so much joy.
Yeah. It's just the wildlife for us.
It gets us every time.
We adopted one and I named him Torty.
While the guide gets our boat for the return trip, we just wanted to regurgitate some of the information we learned about this island. Like we said earlier, we came here blindly, not knowing anything, and learned a lot. The history is very cool. I guess the big takeaway is that humans are the only species that could turn a paradise like this into hell. Go us. But essentially what happened is this was uninhabited until 1860, and then it fell under the ownership of 2 Arab slave owners, which used this as a holding camp for those up for sale in the slave trade. Part of the notorious slave trade that took place in Zanzibar in Stonetown. And then it fell under the ownership of the British that intended to turn it into a prison. This actually never became a prison because what it ended up becoming in the 1920s is a hospital to quarantine individuals who were diagnosed with cholera, the bubonic plague, and yellow fever. So it was operating as a hospital up to that point. Today, it's a popular tourist spot and it's a multi-purpose space. It's been used for everything. I like the use of it now, not what it was previously in its dark history. Anyway, thanks for coming with us to
You did
Prison
a great
Island.
job of summing up everything we learned.
Yeah, and like we said, the name Prison Island comes from when it was under the British influence, British rule. But it never became a prison. The more you learn when you travel, we are students of the world.
Always.
Always. And now we are headed to Stonetown to continue the tour.
Woo!
Let's do it.
Colonized by Portuguese. Those are coral stones you can see over there. But nowadays are not allowed. So nowadays, if you came this place,
So this is where the night food market takes place after 7 p.m. And this used to be the Sultan's Garden.
yeah, Sayyid Khalifa. Sultan
Okay.
Sayyid Khalifa.
And now it's a public square. Our guide has gone to pray for 25 minutes, so we've gone for refreshments. We are grabbing a quick bite to eat. Not having a full lunch, just some snacks.
Yes.
And some mango juice.
And we picked out the perfect spot.
Yeah, we're right here on the pier looking at the water. We see Prison Island, where we just came from. Beautiful day. Feeling good.
Feeling good.
So what do you guys want for a drink? Here, have a look at the menu. No, she's singing again. Lock her up. Send her back to prison. Feeling the vibes.
But in evenings, there's also a practice there. We have a bar and restaurant as well. Don't die nowadays.
Yeah. So this is where they host a lot of festivals.
Yeah, festival here and there also. And outside in the garden also, we put a screen and stage. We use also for festival in the garden. You can see that one there.
Yes.
It was a house of the Prince Salman.
This is all made of coral stone.
It was a coral, yeah. Original coral.
And that's why it erodes really quickly.
So this is St. Joseph Catholic Church, cathedral as well. It's open every Sunday in the morning, but during the day it's open, but not this gate. House was built 1863.
For the vlog.
I do stick out like a sore thumb right now.
I think I kind of blend in.
You blend in more than I do. It's just a very happy place. Obviously, it's very laid back as well. Our guide has been barefoot half the tour. It just seems like easy going. I'm very stress free, enjoying it a lot. Feel
love
safe.
it.
We feel safe.
Feels
So some is green or something.
I got the coffee from Zanzibar. You know this? Yeah, this is vanilla beans.
Very good.
You are good guys.
Hi, team.
Hey team, update. We're no longer in Zanzibar. As you can see, we are now
Seattle.
disheveled in an airport after like how many hours of traveling? I don't even know. But
So dirty, so sweaty, so disheveled.
I realized that I never wrapped up this vlog. How about we pass through customs first and then I'll wrap this up. Bye, Shelly. I miss you. Well, everyone, that's a wrap on the Zanzibar vlog, this very spontaneous, unexpected trip to Zanzibar. As you can see, we've made it home safely. We're no longer in transit. I did not wrap up this vlog in the airport as planned. I'm actually wrapping it up about 4 months later. But better late than never. Have to wrap up this vlog one way or another, am I right? Thank you so much for joining us for this fun adventure. If you want to follow along for more adventures all around the world, don't forget to hit subscribe. I'll see you next time.